But when you hear them talk, they'll say, we need policies that will, reduce inequality, that'll increase wages, that'll reduce the Black unemployment rate, or the unemployment rate for everybody, end poverty, so the problem with that logic is that, one, you're kind of assuming that the number one and best and only way, primary way to help Black people is to deal with poverty. That if you fix poverty, you're fixing the Black condition, which is not accurate, because a lot of Black people aren't poor. Most Black people are not poor, right? But that does not mean that they're not affected by their Blackness. I'm not poor, but my God, I've been Black my whole life, and sometimes it's hard. Most of you in here are not poor. But does that mean that you should be left out of the equation? No. But then also there's this unfortunate idea being shared that that waiting for a racist, dysfunctional government to come and save us is our best and only solution. So you're sitting on the bus stop and somebody says, hey, let's build a car, let's get a bike, let's start walking, let's do something, let's just start moving forward. And then somebody else says, no, it's too far for you to walk. You don't know how to build a bike, you don't know how to ride a bike, you don't have the parts for a bike, let alone a car. Just sit still, just wait for the bus is coming. But you've been waiting for 10 hours and the bus has never gotten there, right? And so there's something to be said about the person who says, not only are we better off walking than we are waiting for the bus, because let's say that you're not only waiting for the bus, but the bus stinks. The bus stinks, it's expensive, it's hot, it's uncomfortable. They don't even want you on the bus, they're gonna put you in the back of the bus, right? So you're not just waiting for a bus that never gets there, but when you get on the bus, it's gonna be a terrible experience. Well, there's always that person. It's okay to have that person who says, no, why don't we just start walking? It's 40 miles. But people have walked 40 miles before. There's documented history all throughout the world of people having to walk 40 miles, and it's not impossible. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And you never know, maybe on the way we'll find a bike, or maybe we get everybody together and we figure out how to build something that we can move down the road with. But then what someone else will say, like a cynic, this is what I call the Negro naysayers. This is my little nickname for them. They'll come along and they'll say, look at you on that raggedy ass bike. You ain't going nowhere with that bike. You're going 4 miles an hour and the bus goes 50 miles an hour. How the hell are you going to outrun a bus? Well, the goal is, and that's what they say about, sort of Black people building businesses. They'll say, look at these raggedy ass Black businesses. They don't have any money. They don't have any employees. They don't even know how to run a business right. Because they're all first generation business owners. They don't have enough capital. They don't have enough this. They don't have enough that, right? How can you compete with Walmart and Target and Kmart? That was literally the logic that the guy used in this article. How are you going to compete with Walmart, Kmart, and Target when you got to charge more than they do and you can't supply the customer the way they can and blah, 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 blah. You might as well give up, right? Well, that, again, that's like that person who sees the raggedy little bike and says, why are you even riding this bike? You should be getting on the bus. But you're saying, well, wait a minute, not only do I not want to get on the bus because I actually enjoy controlling my transportation, but the bus ain't coming. The bus hasn't gotten here yet. So you're holding on to false hope. Right. And the other thing, too, is it reminds me of when I was in high school, when I was 15, my mother and my grandmother, God rest her soul. I talk about my grandmother all the time. I did a film about my grandmother, actually, called The Secrets of Black Financial Intelligence. I just don't talk about it much, but now you know about it. And my grandmother got me this moped, and this moped was it went 40 miles an hour. Right. So it was like I get on the road, and then if it was like a fast road, I'd be cutting the traffic. There'd be a line of cars right by, 50 cars behind me, but I rode that moped everywhere. I rode that moped everywhere because I felt good about the fact that I had my own transportation.